Hi guys, it's Nicola here, founder of the Purpose Platform. I've just hopped on super quickly to elaborate on a post that I put out earlier on this week. I did say to you guys that I would do a quick YouTube video on the post just to further elaborate. So here it is. So this was the post. I hope it ends up there when I edit the video, but this is the post. And basically, I actually started breaking down the post and elaborating the importance of supporting growing businesses and brands in the caption. And then the caption was too long. It actually wouldn't let me finish writing it all. So I thought, time for a little YouTube video, child. So here I am just to quickly elaborate on that post for you guys, just to explain the importance really and the impact supporting growing businesses and brands has on the owner and the brand itself. So the first point on the post was to follow their socials. By following a brand or a business's socials, you're helping the owner of that brand or business prove to potential partners, sponsors, and organizations that their business or brand gets the traction that they say it does. It's like proof is in the pudding. You approach a brand or a potential sponsor, you ask them to work with you, and they want to know, well, what's in it for us? How big is your audience? So a key element of proving this to a business, brand, or organization is showing them the amount of followers you have and the engagement, which we'll get into just shortly. So be sure to follow businesses and brands that you genuinely support and love to help them with partnering in future with businesses, brands, and organizations. The second point was subscribing to their YouTube channel. This also helps with proving traction to potential future business partners, but it actually opens up opportunities for them to potentially monetize their YouTube channel in future. So I'm not sure if you guys are aware of this, but you need to have a minimum of 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours to apply to monetize your YouTube channel. So by you enjoying the content, watching the videos and going ahead and subscribing, you're really helping that business, brand or individual with building their profile and portfolio to be able to potentially work with, partner with, or advertise for brands in future. So go ahead and subscribe to your favorite YouTube channels. You'll be surprised how your one subscription can help another. So the third point was subscribing to their business mailing list. Having a huge following on Instagram or YouTube or Facebook even is fantastic, and it's not something to overlook. But the downside to this is you do not own the data of your followers, so to speak. So if Instagram were to close your profile tomorrow or were to close the app down altogether, you would find yourself in the middle of nowhere basically with no one following you. You don't know where your supporters are, where your clients are, where your customers are, because you didn't actually own their information. So by subscribing to, or the business, should I say, didn't own the information. So by subscribing to the business's mailing list directly, they have direct contact with you, and should their socials go down, they will be able to contact you or retrieve your information via their own personal database, and they have ownership of that database. So it's super important to stay in touch with your favorite brands and businesses, and if they have a mailing list, go ahead and subscribe to their mailing list so you don't lose touch. So the fourth point was spread the word. You'll be surprised how powerful word of mouth really is, and it's also one of the most trusted forms of marketing. So if there is a business or brand that you're happy with, that have provided you with great service, or you're just enjoying, be sure to tell a friend, because you'll be surprised how far word of mouth really goes. Besides, it's free. The fifth point I made was interacting with content. So similar to the point I made earlier, this helps the brand or the business prove to organizations that they have reach and they have traction within their business or brand. However, it's also really helpful with things like the Instagram algorithm, which we know can be a complete mess sometimes. But it's really important that if you're following a brand, a business, or even an individual, be sure to interact with their posts. Like, comment, share. It's so important and overlooked. You know, actually, if you're following a brand and you're ignoring their content, so to speak, you're actually causing more harm than good. It's really important to only follow brands that you enjoy their content and you want to interact with them. Because once Instagram only shows a portion of their followers the content, if that portion isn't interacting with the content, it doesn't get seen by potential new followers and other followers who are following that brand. I hope that makes sense. But basically, if there's a brand that you follow and you don't like their content, just go ahead and unfollow them, because it's actually more damaging to follow a brand and not interact with their content than to unfollow them. A point that I'd actually like to add on that as well is, I know sometimes there are kind of like chain messages that go around, usually with maybe 15 brands that say, hey, like, let's help each other out, follow these 15 brands, add yourself to the list and pass it on, so on and so forth. Whilst this is a lovely initiative and it may well gain followers, it's not authentic followers. In my opinion anyway, the intention isn't up to par with what is necessary to make your social media work. You only want followers on your social media who genuinely enjoy your page, who genuinely want to interact and communicate with you. You don't want followers who are only following you for a follow. That follow for follow tag thing, I'm personally not so keen on it, because they're only following you for a number. They're not following you for your content. So in the long run, I think it would cause more harm than good. But hey, that's just my personal opinion. So the sixth and final point I made was purchasing directly from the brand or business. So what I mean by this is, if you have a brand, let's say it's a hair care brand, for example, and they have their products listed on their site, but they also sell their products in a wholesale store, for example. Or you have a restaurant and you can call them and order directly from the restaurant, or you can order from Deliveroo. It's better to always order from the restaurant or the brand or the business directly, as opposed to the third party business, so to speak, because that restaurant or business will have to pay a fee to the service that you use. I hope that makes sense. So if you order a burger via Deliveroo, that burger joint will have to pay a fee to Deliveroo for using their services. Whereas if you call the burger joint directly and order from them directly, that transaction is between the two of you and there is no middleman for the small business to pay. I really hope that makes sense. But it's just beneficial that where possible, try and purchase directly from small businesses and brands that you're supporting, as opposed to the middleman that they may be using to help get more awareness. So if you say, well, why are they using that brand or that middleman in between? Really, it's just for more reach. They're better off using something like Deliveroo, which is more widespread than their direct brand. But if you know better, you do better. So try and help them directly. Again, I hope that makes sense. And that's it, guys. 6 ways to help a growing business or brand. And 5 of those 6 ways are actually free. So if there is a business or brand that you genuinely like or genuinely support, please go ahead and support them. It's completely free of charge and you'll be doing them a huge, huge favor. I think sometimes we forget that businesses and brands all start from a dream. So you're actually supporting someone's dream by supporting their business. So with that being said, hit us up on social media. Follow our Instagram, which is @thepurposeplatform. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you are not subscribed already, and check out our website and subscribe to our direct mailing list. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll speak to you guys soon.